What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So here, recap of the Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos, where the Broncos get the biggest win of the season, extending our winning streak to 8 straight victories. I mean, what can I say? This literally was perfect scenario for what the Broncos had going on. They played one game in 21 days, which was this game today against the Chiefs. And there's a lot of people saying, well, you can't score 10 points and expect to beat them. I knew that wasn't going to happen. I mean, I just want to give a pat on the back to myself because I predicted we would score 20-plus points. I predicted we would win this game. And I predicted this would be a defensive battle. All those things came true. Man, it just feels so good to be right. But I feel like I'm more of a humble dude, sports guy nowadays. Like back when I first started doing this stuff, I was so cocky. I'm not gonna lie, but it feels good. This definitely makes up to me for last year when we got our field goal blocked in Kansas City and we lost that game. This makes up. I mean, the Broncos now are 3 games ahead, 3.5 games to be exact, in the division over the Chiefs. Chargers are the closest team to us next. I think they're like 2 games back because they did lose today. That was another huge thing. Once I saw the Chargers loss, I was like, oh, baby, here we go. I was like, we got a shot to take a pretty big lead with the bye week coming up. So, yeah, man. Hard-fought game. If you were going to steal this division from the Chiefs, you had to have every little scenario go your way towards the end of the game. And I felt that when we went down 19-16, we got that extra point blocked. That really right there was the moment I was like, okay, we could do this thing. We're in a good spot. And our defense, I mean, I remember the Chiefs had 2 drives to put points on the board, to take it away from the Broncos, and they didn't. Defense got the stops. Broncos did everything they needed to do. They ended up tying the game at one point, and then on that second drive that they got, they ended up putting the winning points up on the board. Another comeback victory for Bo Nix. 5 comeback victories on the season. I mean, everybody criticizing the guy. Y'all do not deserve to enjoy this victory because Bo, yeah, it's only a second-year quarterback. Like, he's going to make mistakes. And I feel like in games like this, they opened up the playbook a little bit more. They did things they needed to do. Yeah, there were some down spots, like when Troy Franklin had separation on guys and was dropping the ball. But they did what they needed to do. It's not going to be exactly perfect all the time, but they did what they needed to do to take down the team that's won this darn division the last 9 years. So I don't care with how much we suffered the last 10 years since that guy up there, Peyton Manning, retired. I don't care how they get them. As long as they win these games, it could be as ugly as heck. As long as it says W at the end. All I care about, baby. Let's go. Man, this was this one was make me sweat a lot. Not gonna lie, but they did it, man. It just took the weight off my shoulder. Once they kicked and it went through, it took the weight off my shoulders. I felt alive. I mean, it was a crazy game, man. But yeah, Broncos, they ain't gonna get their respect though. I already know it. I know they're going to come on the talk shows tomorrow and be like, yeah, it's a Chiefs down here. It is what it is, but don't have Patrick Surtain. We lost our starting running back for the rest of the year. Don't have Singleton. We're out a lot of starters in this one. And they're still going to find a way to discredit us. I know it. That's what we got to do, Broncos country. We got to just win these games. We got to show them to put some respect on our name. Man, enjoy this one. Enjoy this one. Got a bye week coming up. I'm going to go over the stats here. But the fans, they were awesome today. Got to give them props. Heard them through the TV, like, louder than I have previous home games. So that was awesome to see. But there's a funny, I'm going to call it tweet. That's just what I grew up with. Funny tweet here. Carolina Panthers actually have a better record than Kansas City Chiefs right now. Let that sink in. Woo! All right. Time to recap. So, Bo Nix, actually, down the stretch, he outplayed Mahomes, and he made the clutch plays in the clutch. Like, I was a little worried that Mahomes and them were going to drive down the field, and we're going to have to just bend but don't break. Maybe give up a field goal and only be down by a touchdown kind of thing. But no, that defense, man, they showed them. They wanted this darn game. They did. I haven't seen that from this Broncos team but in a while. But, man, it definitely reminded me of 2015 a little bit. They wanted this darn game, and when some things didn't go their way, towards the end of the game in the clutch, they knew how to find a way to win. They ended up I think they got a big sack of Mahomes there. It was kind of funny. I think the one where they punted to us before we got the game on a field goal, that's when Jaquan McMillan he jumped up. Man, he full on jumped Mahomes. I thought that was hilarious. But that was a big stop right there. But, yeah, if you really look at it, Mahomes and Nix, 295 passing yards for Bo Nix, only 276 for Mahomes. He did have the touchdown. He did have a pick, which he threw 2 picks on one drive. There was a lot of bad penalties in the game, and surprisingly enough, they called a lot of penalties on the Chiefs too. Something I haven't seen in recent history. But felt like the penalties they were calling us were ticky-tacky ones. The ones on the Chiefs were a lot of holding. Their line was holding. That's because they couldn't stop our pass rush. What are they going to do? Let Mahomes get murked? No, they were like, we're going to hold. We're going to take it. But, yeah, no, he threw a pick. He threw one of the worst throws I've ever seen anybody make. He threw right to Barron. Took it back. They called it off. Said it was something on the defense. So then it kept the Chiefs drive going. And then Mahomes tried to throw towards the end zone and threw a pick to McMillan, who actually got stripped like halfway down the sideline. Thankfully, the ball went out of bounds, or else that could have been bad. Rush yards, yeah, it wasn't really a big rushing yard. The ground game for both teams didn't really get going. Start with the Chiefs. Kareem Hunt, 59 rush yards, 13 carries, a touchdown. Harvey only had 11 carries for 30 yards. It was good to see Jaquan McMillan, or not Jaquan, Jaleel McLaughlin. Sorry. I was happy to see him. He hasn't had a lot of playing time this year. I feel like this is the first time I've seen him out there this year. But last year, I've seen him be making plays. I was kind of surprised he was a healthy scratch every week. But I'd like to see a little bit more McLaughlin. He's got that juice, man. It was exciting to see him kind of rejuvenate the offense. Even if the run game didn't go in, I feel like the passing game was a lot better in this game. Yeah, tight ends, or receiving yard, my bad. Their leading receiver was Travis Kelce, 91 yards, 9 catches, and a touchdown. We shut him down first half. He only had 14 yards, but then that second half ended up getting 77 on us or something like that. So, yeah. But didn't hurt us in the end. We still got the W. Troy Franklin, our wide receiver, was the leading receiver in this one. 4 catches, 84 yards. He probably could have had over 100 yards receiving had he not dropped those deep balls that he was getting. There was like 2 or 3 passes I can recall that he dropped, key moments. Thankfully, didn't end up costing us, or I'd probably be sitting here talking about that being one of the reasons we lost this game, because wasn't able to extend drives on the key drops. Sacks, Chris Jones had 1, 2 for Jaquan McMillan. So, first down, or total yards, Denver 342 to the Chiefs 311. Turnovers. Chiefs won the turnover battle. They did have we won the turnover, my bad. We had 0 turnovers in this game. How about that? They had 1. That was the pick, McMillan pick. First down, 16 for us, 19 for Kansas City. Penalties. Both teams had 10 penalties apiece, so you can't say it was unfair. This was penalties even. We actually had more penalty yards. 10 penalties for 147 yards. That's terrible. I didn't know it was that bad. I knew that it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad. And then the Chiefs 10 for 69 yards. So that's almost double. More than double. So I don't want to hear the Chiefs. No. Y'all better not be saying anything that the refs cost y'all this game. The Broncos won this game. Y'all need to give them credit. Third downs, Broncos 7 for 15. And then Chiefs 3 for 13. Chiefs 0 for 1 on fourth down. Red zone, Broncos 1 for 5. Chiefs 1 for 4. And time possession, pretty even across the board. Chiefs 30-31. Broncos 29-29. So yeah, basically both teams spent half the game with the ball. Yeah, the Broncos started out this game, went up 6-0 pretty quick. Marvin Mims, is good seeing him back. He had some good returns in this one. He set our offense up in this one. I felt like our offense missed that in previous games, not getting set up in good field position. So yeah, it was good seeing the offense get set up like that. And fortunately, couldn't punch it in there early, but yeah, it was 6-6 at halftime. The Chiefs ended up getting a couple field goals there late in the one late in the first, one late in the second. And then the second quarter, the Broncos, or third quarter, we ended up getting a McLaughlin touchdown run. 4 minutes to go in the third, made it 13-6. Then, like 3 minutes later, Chiefs go down, they tie it. Kareem Hunt, 2-yard rush. And then we got a field goal there early in the fourth. And then the Chiefs got that 21-yard Travis Kelce touchdown. But even when that happened, I still felt confident. I was still like, okay, we're right where we need to be. This is kind of where the Chiefs are like, all right, now let's take over. But I was like, no. I was like, I think we're actually in a good spot. And then late in the fourth, that's when we got the field goal, and then we get the ball back. End up killing the clock there at the end all the way to about 3 seconds, and Lutz, Big Nuts Lutz, knocks it down the gooch. Oh, baby. Big W. Man, it feels good to beat the Chiefs. Feels good. We should have beat them in that game last year in Arrowhead. I mean, this makes up for it. If you said we're going to win this crucial game, go into the bye week 9-2 last year, but we had to lose that game, I would take it all day, every day. And you telling me the Chiefs would be 5-5 outside of the playoffs? Man, I think they're actually 2 games back of the 7th seed. So, I believe they play the Colts coming up. So, man, they got it rough. But it's time for somebody else to start winning. And the Broncos stepping up to the plate, wanting to be that team. Woo, man, so hyped. I see the division right here. So we are 2 games above the Chargers. But yeah, they do have the tiebreaker over us. That game, week 17, or I think, yeah, week 18 when we play the Chargers, that's going to be crucial, I bet. So I don't want to really look too far ahead, but you know, let's enjoy this bye week. We have the Commanders on Sunday Night Football, another primetime game. This felt like a primetime game, but it wasn't. But yeah, let's enjoy this one, Broncos country. Huge win. Man, it's got to have the guys feeling good in that locker room. And I'm happy for guys like Courtland Sutton that have been waiting years to be on a team like this. So I see people during, the game that were wanting Jalen Waddle because Troy Franklin was dropping those passes. Which, yeah, I said it would have been nice, but they didn't want to really ruin Troy Franklin's development. He's going to have those drops. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice to plug and play a Waddle at that time, but, they made enough plays to win the game. That's all that matters. And going into the last thing before we wrap it up here, 3 blockbuster trades the Broncos could make in the 2026 offseason. Number 1, A.J. Brown from the Eagles. Number 2, Jalen Waddle. Number 3, Marvin Harrison Jr. All those guys would be huge to put next to Courtland Sutton. I think Waddle would probably be the best fit, but I believe he's a free agent if I'm correct. So, I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. We don't really have to worry about those things right now. It's just some interesting little tidbits. I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts. I mean, these are just things I'm seeing on the internet that sparks conversation. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on that, if you even care about that. I mean, there's nothing really more to be focusing on than how the Broncos are doing right now and what's going on right now, because, man, this is exactly what we had hoped. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed the vid. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Other than that, stay safe, be good, go Broncos. I'll see y'all next one. Peace.